there to lend his help and support. He's a proud area Kiwanian in Portsmouth, thanks to Matt Hammer of Melcher Hammer Funeral Home. Him Parsley and Company of the McDonald's family restaurants. When you think Wheelersburg sports, it's hard to not think of the Parsley family. All of them play for Wheelersburg on the football side of things, and they continue to support the Berg and all area teams very hard. Just inside of the county, you'll find locations in Portsmouth on Gallia Street as well as in Rosemount, and of course their location in Wheelersburg and one over in Vanceburg, Kentucky as well on the AA Highway, thanks to the Parsley family-owned McDonald's restaurants. Stephen Harris of Harris Floor Covering. So long, the Harris Floor Covering folks have been our sponsors to the start of just about every game. We didn't talk about the first pitch, but it almost seems fitting to say the first pitch of the games today are presented by Harris Floor Covering, because in football season they always bring you the opening kickoff, and in basketball season the opening tip-off. Thanks to Stephen Harris, Harris Floor Covering. Dennis Little, Travis Little in the gang. Little Septic Service, we appreciate their support. That's Little Septic Service. Little's Grease Trap Removal, Little's Excavating, and Mr. Rooter Plumbing. Thank you to them. The Real Estate Gallery, Nancy Hawk. Nancy is a longtime supporter of high school sports on our local airways. Thank you to Nancy and all of her realtors at the Real Estate Gallery. Rob Carell, Portsmouth Block and Portsmouth Building Supply. This is their time to shine. A lot of construction going on around the area right now with brick and block. Purchased at Portsmouth Block. So much of their stuff, basically all their stuff, made right in-house in Portsmouth, located right beside the Gallia Street McDonald's. And they've got a lot of landscaping stuff as well, as far as brick pavers and brick chips for your landscaping. If you don't want to deal with remulching every year, you can go with the brick chips. Thanks again to Portsmouth Block and Portsmouth Building Supply and William McKinley and staff at the McKinley Funeral Home in Lucasville. They have supported all sports from our region, all schools. William McKinley loves his Ohio State Buckeyes, and they also adore all of our local high school athletes. We could not be doing what we're doing here today without the help of those sponsors, so please remember them as they help us so much. Again, the final score today of the Notre Dame softball game, 7-2. The Lady Titans defeat Strasburg Franklin. Coming up here very shortly, it's the Wheelersburg Lady Pirates and the Claymont Mustangs in a Division 5 regional semifinal from OU and Athens. Let's take a 4-minute TO. This is High School Regional Tournament Softball on WIOI.
Minford Telephone and TV, the local choice, the best choice. Your internet experts with fiber fast efficiency. Generations of exceptional service. Stay connected with a legacy. Online at falcon1.net. Minford Telephone and TV, the local choice, the best choice.
The Melcher Hammer Funeral Home is located at 1417 Offnear Street in Portsmouth, right across the street from the historic and prearranged funerals are available. Owner Matt Hammer would be honored if you would remember to let his family cater to your family during your time of grief. The Melcher Hammer Funeral Home, 1417 Offnear Street, Portsmouth. Collier Home Medical is expanding to open a second office in Grayson, Kentucky. Collier is a local durable medical equipment company providing and offering free setup of home medical equipment. Collier tends to home oxygen, portable oxygen, hospital beds, walkers, and more. Collier Home Medical, now with offices at 1661 State Route 522 Wheelersburg, as well as at 146 South Carroll Malone.
making it 5-0. In the third, Wheelersburg batted around. Matty Jennings hit a sac fly to score another run, making it 6-0. Howard made it 7-0 with an RBI single. Glean then logged a 2-run double before the Berg received an RBI triple from Jalen Drake, making it 10-0. The Pirates' final run was an RBI single from Eaton. Wheelersburg wound up with 11 runs on 12 hits. Wellston was held to just 2 hits. Howard went 3 for 4 with the double. 2 runs scored and 3 RBI. Glean went 2 for 3 with the double. A run scored and 3 RBI. Eastep was 2 for 2 at the plate with the double. 3 runs scored and an RBI. And Drake had a triple, scored a run, and recorded a pair of RBI. Eaton pitched 5 innings of 2-hit softballs. She struck out 5 Golden Rocket batters. Last weekend's victory gave the Berg its 6th straight district title. Wheelersburg coach Teresa Ruby has now won 11 district championships in her 12 seasons as head coach of the Lady Pirates. Wrap your head around that, why don't you? While most know that the Wheelersburg young ladies are defending state champions and winners of 3 of the last 4 state titles, their dominance so far this postseason has been stellar. In 2 tournament games so far, the Berg has outscored its opposition 32-0. That includes the aforementioned 11-0 district final win over Wellston, and prior to that, a 21-0 district semifinal victory over Northwest. And in that game, Lady Pirate pitchers Emmy Eaton and Rylan Butcher combined to throw a no-hitter. Wheelersburg received home runs in the win over Northwest from Mackenzie Mullins and Clara Watkins. This just in, the Berg's pretty good. That's why they've won 3 of the last 4 state titles. They're getting set to take field against Claymont. Let's take ourselves a 2-minute timeout. This is High School Regional Tournament Softball on WIOI.
Buffalo Wild Wings every Tuesday for buy one, get one 50% off bone-in wings. Enjoy your go-to wing flavors or try something new like our limited time flavors. Grab another wings lover in your life or enjoy them all yourself. We don't judge. Your new Tuesday ritual is here and it's saucy. Ow! Head to the sports bar to get your wings on at participating locations. Not valid with other offers or discounts. See website or app for details. Kaylee Lohr is a senior soccer player from Valley who is in the criminal justice program at the Scioto County Career Technical Center. Kaylee, what do you like about the Scioto County CTC and your program?
The CTC gives you many different opportunities. You get to be an adult but also a student at the same time.
And what are your plans for after high school?
I plan on going to college and getting my bachelor's in criminal justice and then following through with law school afterwards.
Scioto County Career Technical Center.
Wheelersburg will be the home team on the scoreboard, which means they will get the last at bat. They are taking infield as we speak, and we should be just about set to get today's contest underway. Ava Edwards, the second baseman, is going to lead things off for the Uhrichsville Claymont Mustangs, a team that is 17-12 entering this contest, 6-6 in the Inter-Valley South Conference. The Wheelersburg Lady Pirates, 19-5 entering this one, unbeaten in the Southern Ohio Conference Division III again this year. The wheels on the bus not stopping here today as we go from one game right into the other. I will beg your pardon and apologize ahead of time as I fill out my lineup card on the fly. Ava Edwards, Adri Malone, and Peyton Lawhun will be the 3 batters leading things off for the Mustangs. Then in the 4th spot will be shortstop Hayden Lawhun. Riley Fair, the first baseman, will bat 5th. Batting 6th today in the order for the Mustangs is Aubrey Cottrell, a junior. She's the center fielder. Batting in the 7th spot will be Lexus Blair. She is a freshman, and she will be pitching today on the defensive side for Claymont. Batting in the number 8 spot is Brandon Wise. Brandon is a junior. She will be in left field today. And batting 9th will be the catcher, Abby Johnson, who is a senior. The flex player will be at, actually no flex player, doesn't look like for the Claymont Mustangs. Everybody in the field is going to be in the batting lineup. And we are ready to get the game started. Ava Edwards, the second baseman, is going to lead things off. Emmy Eaton will be starting in the circle today for the Wheelersburg Lady Pirates, a junior. First pitch of this D5 regional semifinal, and it is going to clip the outside corner for strike number one. We are underway for game 2 on the day here at OU in Athens, a day that is scheduled to have 4 games in total. We brought you the first one with Notre Dame defeating Strasburg Franklin. We'll have this one for you as well. Here's strike number 2. Emmy Eaton quickly ahead in the count, 0-2. The 0-2 pitch to Edwards. A little high for ball number 1. 1-2 now the count. A gorgeous day here in Athens for a day filled with softball. And this pitch is going to be driven to center field, and it will be caught out there by the Maryland Terrapin of the future, Ava Estep. She races over toward right field and makes the catch for out number 1. F8 on the putout is how it will be scored. And that will bring up the number 2 hitter for Claymont. That's Adriana Malone. She bats from the right side of the plate. Emmy Eaton is a right-handed pitcher. This first pitch is in there for a strike. Boy, Emmy Eaton looks to be on it here early on in the game. Wheelersburg receiving a lot of love from the Southern Ohio Conference Division III as far as all conference selections are concerned. Those were just released a couple days ago. This pitch catches the outside corner, strike 2, and Emmy Eaton's quickly ahead in the count, 0-2. Ava Estep, Miley Jo Gleam, Emmy Eaton, all named first-teamers. Lauren Truitt and Maddie Jennings received second-team recognition. The Player of the Year, Ava Estep, and co-pitchers of the year, Emmy Eaton of Wheelersburg and Kendall Chrisman of Valley. This pitch just misses the mark for ball number 1. 1-2 is the count. Just underway here between Wheelersburg and Claymont. This pitch swung upon, missed, strike number 3, and Emmy Eaton has her first K of the day, out number 2. And that will bring up the number 3 hitter and third baseman, Peyton Lawhun. Lawhun batting .303 on the season. Edwards, in case you're curious, was batting .459. She flew out to center, and Malone, who just went down swinging, batting .220, entering today's regional semifinal contest. Here's strike 1 to Peyton Lawhun. This pitch swung upon, and that's going to get down for a base hit. Out in left center field, over the head of the shortstop. The center fielder, Ava Estep, will hustle over, get it to the second baseman. A single for Peyton Lawhun, and we have our first hit of the day. So with the runner on board now, that'll bring up the number 4 hitter. This is the shortstop, Peyton Lawhun. Lawhun on the season batting .333. 30 hits on the year, 23 RBI, 20 runs scored herself. She's a right-handed hitter and awaits the first pitch from Emmy Eaton. Here it is. Swung upon, fouled back for a foul ball and strike number 1. First baseman Riley Fair is on deck for the Uhrichsville Claymont Mustangs out of the Inter-Valley South Conference. 17-12 again their record entering this contest. This team went 6-6 in conference play. So the record isn't something that pops off the page at you. But a couple things there. Either they play really good competition or they've gotten hot at the right time, possibly a little of both. This pitch misses for ball 1. Evening up the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. This pitch will be fouled back, just catching the top of the netting behind the backstop. That'll be strike number 2, making the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. If you're watching today's game on the Total Media Sports YouTube channel, you already know this, but if you're listening on radio, 92.1 FM WIOI, the Wheelersburg Lady Pirates are rocking their white jerseys today with black numerals trimmed in orange pants, white socks with orange and black stripes. Here's the 1-2 delivery, and it's going to be a little bit low for ball number 2, evening up the count. Claymont Mustangs wearing brown jerseys with white numerals trimmed in orange, and pinstriped white pants with pinstripes in brown, and most have brown socks. The 2-2 pitch Another base hit. This one goes in between the shortstop and the third baseman. And a little two-out rally here by Claymont. Back-to-back hits surrendered by Eaton. And now with two away, Claymont has runners on first and second with first baseman Riley Fair coming to the plate. Fair is batting .340 on the season. 111 plate appearances, 100 at-bats. She has logged 34 hits, knocked in 24 runs, and scored 15 runs herself. Here's the pitch. A little bit low. Ball number one. Boy, Eaton was dominating the strike zone early on against the top of the lineup. But after getting the leadoff batter to fly out the center and striking out the number 2 hitter, back-to-back base hits by the 3 and 4 hitters. Check swing by Lawhon, the home plate umpire, confers with the first base ump, and he says she didn't go. So that's going to be ball number 2, 2-0 the count. 4 umpires being used here today. That is the norm in high school tournament softball. A lot of times regular season play you have often just 2. But each bag represented by a blue shirt here today. This pitch finds the mark, strike number 1. 2 balls, 1 strike, the count to Riley Fair, the number 5 hitter with Aubrey Cottrell on deck. The 2-2 pitch, swung upon, and fouled against the netting to the first base side of the plate. 2-2 is where we stand, as Wheelersburg is looking to get its third out and put an end to the top half of the first inning, scoreless as we are just underway in this D5 regional semifinal game. This pitch, a grounder up the middle, another base hit, and let's see, a play at the plate perhaps. No, in there sliding safely for the first run of the game is Peyton Lawhon, and an RBI single by the 5-hitter Riley Fair puts the Claymont Mustangs up 1-0. So back-to-back singles by the Claymont Mustangs after Wheelersburg was able to get the first 2 batters out. And it is 1-0 Mustangs with runners on first and second now, and the number 6 hitter getting set to step into the batter's box, which will be the center fielder, Aubrey Cottrell. She is a junior. Cottrell on the season, batting .194. We've got a conference in the circle as the infield comes into, I'm sure, lift the spirits of Macy Eaton. One nothing the score. The Claymont Mustangs lead in the top half of the first inning. Here's Emmy Eaton's first pitch to Cottrell. Fouled over toward the third base dugout, which is where the Wheelersburg Lady Pirates are situated, Berg being the home team today. And I learned earlier that has nothing to do with seeding. Instead, it's where teams are placed on the bracket. That's the reason that the top-seeded Notre Dame Lady Titans in the Southeast 1 were the visiting team today in a game against the number 2 seed out of the East District 1 in Strasburg, Franklin. This pitch swung upon and missed for a strike. 0-2 the count. Lexus Blair, the pitcher, is due up for Claymont, if she should have the opportunity. This Eaton pitch misses outside for a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Thanks to everyone listening today on 92.1 FM WIOI, and also thank you to those watching on the Total Media Sports YouTube channel. Swinging and a miss, strike number 3. Emmy Eaton with her second strikeout of this game. That's the final out of the top half of the first inning. A little damage done by the Claymont Mustangs, but now we will see what the Wheelersburg Lady Pirates can do offensively as the Berg will come to the plate for the first time. 1-0 early on, Claymont leading Wheelersburg. This is Division 5 Regional Semifinal Softball on WIOI.
When it comes to small-town steakhouses, the Scioto River is legendary. If ribeyes and New York strips don't satisfy your taste buds, then try their mouth-watering hickory smoked chicken or delicious country-style ribs. You can come in and dine inside. Try their newly expanded four-season dining porch. Or call ahead for curbside to carry out and take home at 740-353-9329. The Scioto River, 1026 Gallia Street, Portsmouth, Ohio.
The Glockner family of dealerships offers the top brands: Chevrolet, GMC, Honda, Toyota, Ford, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram. Glockner has an amazing selection of new and pre-owned vehicles. Ask about the Glockner Guarantee. 12-month, 12,000-mile new vehicle premier coverage and 5-year, 100,000-mile powertrain coverage included on qualifying used makes and models. Shop online at Glockner.com. At Glockner, we make it easy.
High school softball on 92.1 FM WIOI is being presented in part today by the Real Estate Gallery, Portsmouth Block and Portsmouth Building Supply, the McKinley Funeral Home, the Scioto River, Collier Home Medical, Conley Trucking and Conley River Terminal, Correll's Bulldog Containers, Clark's Pump and Shop, the Scioto County Career Technical Center, Mako Finished Products, Harrison Piles Funeral Home, the Barrett Murphy Insurance Agency, the Schmidt Family Restaurants, Wendy's Old Fashioned Hamburgers and Buffalo Wild Wings, Menford Telephone and TV and Falcon One Internet, Hope Source, the Glockner family of dealerships, the Melcher Hammer Funeral Home, McDonald's, Harris Floor Covering, and Little's Septic Service. To the bottom of the first inning we go at Ohio University in Athens, where Claymont leads Wheelersburg 1-0 in this Division 5 regional semifinal game. Leading off the bottom half of this first inning for the Wheelersburg Lady Pirates is senior center fielder Ava Estep. She will take ball number 1. This pitch swung upon, driven to left field, and it's going to get past the left fielder and get down for a base hit. Ava Estep's going to turn it into a double. Good base running by Estep, having the wherewithal to realize the left fielder for Claymont was struggling to get to the softball, and she turns what would have been a single for most into a two-bagger, and she is safely on second base. She's the tying run, and Lena Howard, the second baseman and go-ahead run, will now step into the batter's box. Ava Estep bound for the University of Maryland, where she will be competing with the Terrapins against other Big Ten foes next season. The left fielder out there, Bryn Wise. It's almost as if she overplayed it. She was standing in left field, and if she had basically stayed where she was at, she would probably had a better chance to catch the ball, but she moved over towards center field, and the ball went to her left. Whether the wind took it or she lost it in the sun or just misgauged it, not for sure. But a double for Ava Estep, and Lena Howard is going to take ball number 1 from the starting pitcher today for Claymont, Bryn Wise. This pitch will clip the outside corner for strike number 1, evening up the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Bryn Wise is a junior. The batter, Lena Howard, she is a sophomore. Well, she's been really good this season and really good as of late for the Lady Pirates. This pitch, going to catch the outside corner again for strike number 2, 1-2 the count. One ball, 2 strikes. Wise taking her time in the circle. She's a lefty. She will deliver the pitch. It's swung upon, hit, and that is going to be a base hit single for Lena Howard to left field. Runners on the corners now for Wheelersburg, as Lena Howard continues her nice season for the Wheelersburg Lady Pirates. She went 3 for 4 in the district championship win over Wellston last week, with 2 runs scored and 3 RBI. That brings up Miley Jo Glean, who went 2 for 3 in that same game a week ago with a double, a run scored, and 3 RBI. Miley Jo Glean, the number 3 hitter and shortstop, squaring up the bunch. She'll pull back, and they're going to call that a strike, making the count 0-1. Howard will trot down to second without a throw. Runners on second and third now for the Lady Pirates, who trail 1-0 in the bottom of the first inning. No outs. Here's the 0-1 pitch, swung upon, driven to center field. It's going to be caught. This is looking like a sac fly as Ava Estep will hustle from third across home plate, and we are all knotted at one. First run of the day for the Wheelersburg Lady Pirates. A sac fly for Miley Jo Gleam to center field. And we're dead even. First out of the inning. Runner on third now for Wheelersburg. That's Lena Howard. And that will bring up Jalen Drake, the right fielder. A senior. She will take strike number one. Really good crowd on hand here for this second game of the day. Here is a grounder to second, a throw to home, not in time, run scores. Wheelersburg takes the lead, and the young lady who initially hit the ball, Jalen Drake, on the throw home will be able to trot safely down to second base. Give her an RBI single. Basically, a fielder's choice there is the second baseman tried to get the runner going home. And in hindsight, she would have probably been better off to have just let that run score, which it did anyway, and take the easier route over at first base. But as things stand, there's a runner on second. Wheelersburg now leads 2-1, and there's still just one out here in the bottom of the first inning. Up now we have third baseman Mackenzie Mullins from Wheelersburg. She homered in the district semifinal victory over Northwest a week ago Monday, a 21-0 win by the Berg. That run scored by Claymont in the top half of this inning, the first run that Wheelersburg had surrendered this postseason after a 21-0 win over Northwest in a district semifinal, and then an 11-0 win over Wellston in a district championship. Here's a pop-up out in the grass. The second baseman retreats back to make the catch for out number two. They'll go as F4 in the scorebook. That brings up pitcher Emmy Eaton, who has an opportunity to help herself. Jalen Drake standing out at first base with two away here in the bottom of the second with the Berg up 2-1. Emmy Eaton, aside from pitching so well, has been good at the plate here as of late. She had a very good showing in the district championship. Had a couple hits in the Northwest win last week as well. She's quickly behind in this count, 0-2. The number 6 hitter. She'll swing away here, and this is a foul down the third base line. Count stays at no balls, 2 strikes. The 0-2 pitch. A little high for ball number 1. No doubt that Eaton comes from an extremely athletic family. This pitch, a little high for ball number 2. Evening up the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Her father, Jonathan Eaton, played football for Wheelersburg, basketball as well, went on to play college ball at Akron. Here is a shot to left field. That's going to get down. Another run will score. Emmy Eaton on her way to second base with a stand-up RBI double, 3-1 Lady Pirates. Eaton helping herself out at the plate. Scoring Jalen Drake. A 2-run edge now for the Wheelersburg Lady Pirates, and that will bring up the number 7 hitter, left fielder, Lauren Truitt. And a courtesy runner will check in for Emmy Eaton as she will give way to McKenna Vaught, a freshman. After Emmy Eaton's dad, Jonathan, finished up his college football career, he actually had a tryout with the New York Jets and made it to the last cut. But very, very athletic player, one I know firsthand because I had to play against him, and that was not fun. Not fun at all for me and my team. This pitch going to just miss inside for ball number 1. And then, of course, Emmy Eaton's sister, Macy Eaton, an exceptional player for Wheelersburg, currently playing at the University of Virginia, and actually just heard earlier today that she was named second team All-ACC, was Macy Eaton. Congratulations to her. She broke the single-season RBI record at Virginia this past season, finishing up her junior year. Actually, let me correct myself. Not All-ACC second team, All-America second team. Macy Eaton. 2-1 count to Lauren Truitt. Grounder over to third, toss over to first. In time for out number 3. That'll go 5-3 on the putout, but damage done by the Wheelersburg Lady Pirates, who find themselves leading 3-1 as we head off to inning number 2 in this Division 5 regional semifinal from OU in Athens. This is high school softball on WIOI.
Josie and Carly and all the gang at Conley Trucking and the Conley River Terminal wish the best to our local athletes. In business since 1975, Conley Trucking will do both commercial and residential work, hauling everything from gravel to grain. The next time you need fill dirt or limestone, contact Conley Trucking and the Conley River Terminal. Phone 740-776-7634. For a quote, email conleytrucking@frontier.com. And again, Josie and Carly wish all area athletes the best of luck. If you're considering a paver patio, then check out the new Americana Collection pavers available at Portsmouth Block. Made with Duraden's technology, this collection of premium pavers offer a variety of smooth and textured sizes, styles, and colors unlike anything on the market. They're dramatic, durable, color-rich. You can find the Americana Collection at Portsmouth Block, located at 2700 Gallia Street, Portsmouth. Americana pavers. See the difference. Feel the difference. Designed to be different.
3-1, the Wheelersburg Lady Pirates lead the Claymont Mustangs. We get set to begin inning number 2. Now, the official scores from the OHSAA took away a couple of hits for Wheelersburg and ruled them errors. So officially in that first inning for the Bird, 3 runs off of 2 hits, 2 Claymont errors, and 1 runner left stranded. I think most will agree that the scoreboard, really the only numbers that truly matter in the grand scheme of things. 3-1 the score, Wheelersburg up by 2. Claymont coming to the plate, and leading off this second inning will be the pitcher, Lexus Blair. I think that can especially be said for the Wheelersburg Lady Pirates. And I'm not throwing shade here, but getting stats from the Berg can be like pulling teeth. On Max Preps, they only have stats through the first 10 games. I've thrown out several requests, but I just don't think that Wheelersburg finds that too significant. A lot of teams take that mindset, though. It's not just them. Here's a leadoff single to left field by Blair as she sends a rocket in between third and short that will get down for a base hit, and she is on board, and that brings up the left fielder, Bryn Weiss. Some coaches just don't want to worry about numbers, and they don't want their kids to think about it. They want them to think about team ball and the task at hand. Some of them are worried about giving a scalp. They don't want the opposition to get a leg up in any way whatsoever, and they don't want to reveal any more information than they have to. And some of them are just too busy to deal with it. They'll count it all up after it's all said and done with. Bryn Wise awaiting the pitch from Eaton. She squares up the bunt, gets a bad one up, but it goes foul. And that is going to be strike number 2. Wind picking up here a little bit at Ohio University in Athens. Bryn Wise is a junior. This pitch misses outside. Quick throw down to first. Runner back in time. I like the idea there by the Wheelersburg catcher, Maddie Jennings, sophomore, tossing quickly down there to first. Here comes the 1-2 delivery from Eaton. It is outside for ball number 2. Count even now. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Bryn Wise, the number 8 hitter. It is 3-1 Wheelersburg. And the strikeout. Second of the day for Emmy Eaton as this one catches the plate. Wise keeping the bat on her shoulder. She is away, and one is down with a runner on first base here in the top of the second inning with the Bird up 3-1. Bryn Wise was batting 148 entering this game. Now the number 9 hitter, Abby Johnson, the catcher. She's batting 295. And little check swing pulls back, but she would have been better off to have just followed through with it as that pitch by Eaton catches the outside corner for strike one. The 0-1 pitch. Swung upon, a grounder to first. It's going to get by the first baseman. The second baseman comes over to pick up the ball and get it to first base in time. Wow, what a play. A little bit of a miscue there by the Lady Pirate first baseman. Laney Skeens, the freshman. Ball got by her, but what a job by the second baseman, Lena Howard, who followed her up, backed her up, perfect position. The sophomore slides over, gets the ball, and is able to get it to first base in time for the out. And on the scorebook, that's going to go as a 4-3. But boy, there was a lot of drama involved in that, and a great, great effort there. To the top of the order we go. Ava Edwards, the second baseman. At bat for the second time in this game. She will take strike number one. She flew out to Ava stepped in center field in her first plate appearance. This pitch just misses for ball one. We are in the top half of the second inning of this Division V regional semifinal from OU in Athens, where Wheelersburg leads the Claymont Mustangs 3-1. Berg with 3 runs off of 2 hits. This pitch will be fouled out of play beyond the first base line. With that, the count is now 1 ball, 2 strikes. Claymont, meanwhile, with 1 run off of 4 hits. The Mustangs committing 2 errors in the first inning. The 1-2 pitch by Emmy Eaton is going to be caught by the first baseman in foul territory. Wow, what a play by freshman Laney Skeens. A little bit of a miscue by her on the play before. Sweet redemption with that for out number 3. Score stays 3-1 in favor of the Berg Pirates coming to the plate in the bottom of the second. This is Regional Tournament Softball on WIOI.
Thinking about a home cleanup project, putting on a new roof, replacing that old broken concrete driveway? Then you need to call the professionals at Correll's Bulldog Containers. They have many sizes of containers to choose from. Whatever your next cleanup or project around your property, call Correll's Bulldog Containers. Open 6 days a week. Phone 574-4455. That's 574-4455. Locally owned and operated. Correll's Bulldog Containers.
Harris Floor Covering, located at 610 9th Street, Portsmouth, is the area's leading floor covering contractor. Harris Floor Covering has everything for your home or business, including resilient tile, sheet flooring, quarry tile, ceramic tile, outdoor floors, industrial floors, carpet, acoustic ceiling, underlayment, and more. Call Stephen Harris at 740-353-7959 or 740-352-9212. Harris Floor Covering, proud supporters of the youth of the area.
3-1, the Wheelersburg Lady Pirates lead the Claymont Mustangs as we move to the bottom half of the second inning of this Division V Sweet 16 matchup. Leading off this inning for the Lady Pirates is going to be the designated player. This is Libby Allen. She's a freshman. Count even, 1 ball, 1 strike. She just fouled one away and now fouls another. That makes it 1-2 count. Libby Allen, Maddie Jennings, and Ada Estep due up for the Berg in this inning. That would be the 8, 9, and number 1 hitters. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and it's going to catch the outside corner for strike number 3. So Alexis Blair with the punch out. First strikeout of the day for her. That will bring up Lady Pirate catcher Maddie Jennings. Strike one. 0-1 the count to Jennings. Now through the first 10 games of the season, she's batted .462 with 3 home runs, 3 doubles, and a .488 on-base percentage. She's going to pop one up here to second base, and that will be caught for out number 2. That goes as F4 in the scoring book and brings us to the top of the order. Bring up Ava Estep. She got a ball down in left field. Thought it was a single, but it was changed to an error. So Ava Estep did wind up getting on second base as a result of that, with some good base running back to open up the first inning for the Berg. And she did wind up scoring in that inning. One of the Lady Pirates' 3 runs. Technically looking for her first hit of the day. This pitch misses for ball number 2. 2-0 the count. Make it 3 balls, no strikes now. As this pitch by Alexis Blair is a little bit low. 3-0 the count to Ava Estep. Again, these numbers very misleading because these are stats through only the first 10 games, but Estep at that time was batting .486 with 3 home runs and a .562 on-base percentage. This pitch catches the corner for strike number 1. 3-1 is the count. Ava Estep's father, Michael, former baseball coach at Wheelersburg, guided the program to a couple state championships. Here is a hit for Ava Estep, no doubt about that one. It gets down just in front of the Claymont right fielder, and Estep is on board for the second time today. A single for Estep with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second inning with the Pirates up 3-1. That'll bring up the number 2 hitter, second baseman Lena Howard, who singled to left field in her first at-bat. Howard went 3 for 4 in the 11-0 district championship win over Wellston last week. She had a double in that game, scored twice, and knocked in 3 runs. She'll take strike 1. The 0-1 pitch swung upon, driven to left field. That is going to be caught out there in left field. Boy, it was bobbled by the left fielder. The ball rattled around in her glove a little bit, but she was able to secure it. Bryn Weiss makes the catch for out number 3. So 1 hit for Wheelersburg, 1 runner left stranded. No runs scored and no errors committed by Claymont. We have played 2, and the Lady Pirates have a 3-1 lead. To the third inning we go. The Mustangs coming to bat. This is high school softball on WIOI.
Funeral Home has been serving Southern Ohio. With that experience comes the knowledge of how to best help a family in their time of need. When the time arises, call Dave Piles at Harrison Piles Funeral Home, 11623 Gallia Street in Wheelersburg. Phone 740-574-2543. Harrison Piles Funeral Home is a proud supporter of our area's youth.
Hi, I'm Jay Hash with Hope Source. Hope Source helps individuals and families live complete, meaningful, and happy lives. We offer a full array of high-quality mental health and addiction treatment services to meet the individual needs of every person we serve. In every interaction, we provide the care we would expect for our closest friends or loved ones. No matter your situation, there is hope. For information, check out our website at hopesourcetreatment.com. Find us on Facebook or call 740-353-HOPE.
Three to 1, the Wheelersburg Lady Pirates lead Claymont as we get set to begin the top half of the third inning at Ohio University in Athens. I'm Chuck Greenslate. Thank you for tuning in to high school softball today on 92.1 FM WIOI, as well as those of you viewing on the Total Media Sports YouTube channel. Leading things off here in the third will be Adriana Malone, the right fielder. And she is going to check swing, pulls back, wisely so, as that will be ball number 1. This pitch fouled out of play for strike number 1. Count even, 1 ball, 1 strike. For Wheelersburg in the bottom of the second, no runs, 1 hit, 1 runner left on base, no errors committed by Claymont. 3-1 is the score. Pirates up by 2. This pitch just outside for ball number 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Adri Malone, Peyton Lawhun, and Hayden Lawhun, the 2, 3, and 4 hitters, are due up to begin this third inning for the Claymont Mustangs, a team that is 17-12 entering this contest. 6-6 is what they win in Inter Valley South Conference play. This pitch misses for ball number 3. Count is 3 balls, 1 strike to Malone. This pitch grounded back to Emmy Eaton. She'll underhand toss the ball over to first base for out number 1. That goes 1-3 on the putout. That brings up Peyton Lawhun. She is the third baseman who singled to left field in her first plate appearance. Lawhun is a sophomore. Batting .303 entering the contest. From the right side, awaiting the pitch from the right-handed Emmy Eaton. Swung upon, miss, strike number 1. 0-1 the count. The Wheelersburg Lady Pirates, state champs 3 out of the last 4 seasons. The stat talked about a little earlier prior to the start of this game, that's the one that is just unbelievable. Coach Teresa Ruby of Wheelersburg in her 12 seasons has captured 11 district championships, with the most recent an 11-0 win over Wellston 1 week ago, right here on this field. Ball 1 delivered just a moment ago, evening up the count. 1 ball, 1 strike to Peyton Lawhun. This pitch is going to be a single down the third base line, maybe a 2-bagger. Play at second base. This is going to be close, safe. Ball got away from the second baseman. Had she been able to have held on to it, might have possibly been a play there, but a great effort by Peyton Lawhun. Full extension, Pete Rose style, head first slide. She is in there safely with a double.
For the Mustangs, the shortstop, number 19, Hayden Owen.
That was a good throw by the Wheelersburg left fielder to even have a play at second base. Lauren Truitt quickly getting that ball into the infield. That brings up Hayden Lawhun, the shortstop. She's going to swing away, and she will foul a ball out of play beyond the first base line for strike number 1. Here's the pitch. And it is just going to miss the mark for ball number 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out here in the top half of the third inning. 3-1 Wheelersburg leads. The pitch swung upon, fielded by the shortstop, over to third base, and now a run down. The third baseman Mullins will toss to the second baseman. It gets past her. The ball's going to wind up going out into center field. Runner's going to be safe at second and third. Looked like a routine can of corn type of play, but you never know when things are going to go awry, and you don't see miscues like that one all that often, but the toss from the third baseman Mullins got past the second baseman covering the second base bag, and everybody winds up safe. And after the ball went out into center field, the runner who was caught in the rundown between second and third is able to manage third base safely, and then a runner who hit the ball initially in the fielder's choice attempt to get the sequence started, Hayden Lawhun, winds up safely on second. So the Lawhuns on second and third. Peyton on third, Hayden on second, and that brings up the number 5 hitter, first baseman Riley Fair. Here's a pop-up, and it is going to be misplayed by the second baseman. That ball wound up dropping right in between the first and second baseman. Just a lack of communication there, and a run will score. I don't know if that's going to go as an E3 or an E4, take your pick, but it was an error on somebody as they didn't call it, and the ball that should have been caught winds up hitting the ground, and with that, Claymont chips away a little bit at this Wheelersburg lead. 3-2 is where we stand. Boy, that's a tough one. Coach Teresa Ruby going to come out of the dugout on that. Have a little conversation with her troops. And I'm sure that the word focus and concentration, some of the verbiage being used there in the circle as Coach Ruby settles her troops down. You got to have a short memory with things like that. So back-to-back errors by Wheelersburg. Each team with 2 errors so far in the game. It's a 1-run contest now with Wheelersburg leading by 1 here in the top half of the third. Here comes the center fielder, Aubrey Cottrell. Struck out in her first plate appearance back in the first inning. Runners on the corners. Only 1 out in the inning. Right-handed batter is Cottrell. Batting .194 on the season. She'll swing away at this for strike 1. Well, with the success that Wheelersburg has enjoyed in so many sports, especially softball, the bullseye gets larger and larger. And it's not just local teams who sometimes have their season made with a good showing over the Pirates, but the reputation, I'm sure, precedes the orange and black. No doubt Claymont is fully aware this is a program that has won 3 of the last 4 state championships. All that, I say, just to prove a point that there's no doubt Wheelersburg gets everybody's best shot. Nobody's going to sleep on the Lady Pirates. 0-2 the count, and here is a swing and a miss for strike number 3. Emmy Eaton with her 3rd strikeout of today's contest. And that will bring up the pitcher for Claymont, Lexus Blair, who singled to left field an inning ago. 2 our way with runners on first and second. The Lady Pirates leading by 1 here in this D5 regional semifinal game. And here's a foul toward the third base side. 0-1 the count. Bryn Wise is due up if the Claymont Mustangs should get to her. Blair on the season batting .360 in 86 at-bats. She has logged 31 hits, driven in 13 runs, and scored 19 times herself. Here is a grounder right back to Eaton in the circle. She'll toss over to first for out number 3. That goes 1-3 on the putout. And Claymont puts up a run, but the Wheelersburg Lady Pirates continue to lead. 3-2 is the score. The Berg coming to the plate in the bottom of the third inning. This is high school regional tournament softball on WIOI.
Serves Pike, Scioto, and all surrounding counties. Besides installing septic systems and cleaning out septic tanks, Little's does septic system renewal permit inspections. So when you receive a letter from your local health department telling you it's renewal time, just call Little's Septic Service at 740-574-2033. From little problems to major issues, you can depend on Little's Septic Service. Mako Finished Products, located in the Balzer Industrial Park in Lucasville, processes automotive parts with precision CNC equipment. You may actually be driving a vehicle that has a part they made. At Mako, highly trained workers, many of whom trained at the Scioto County Career Technical Center's Ramtech training facility located nearby, make precision parts using advanced technologies. Mako Finished Products wishes the best to all local teams.
3-2, the Wheelersburg Lady Pirates lead the Uhrichsville Claymont Mustangs in this Division 5 regional semifinal softball game, coming to you live from Ohio University in Athens for Claymont in the top half of the third inning. 1 run off of 1 hit, 2 runners left stranded, 2 errors committed by the Lady Pirates. Claymont has actually out-hit the Berg 5-3. Both teams have committed 2 errors, but Wheelersburg leads in the most important category on the scoreboard, and that is the score. 3-2 is where the things stand. Leading off the bottom of the third for the Lady Pirates is shortstop Miley Jo Gleam, who hit a sac fly to center field in her first plate appearance. She will take ball number 1. The 1-0 pitch is going to be fouled out of play beyond the first base dugout, which is where Claymont is located. That evens up the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. Miley Jo Gleam in the district championship victory over Wellston last week went 2 for 3 with a double, a run scored, and 3 RBI. The pitch swung upon, boy, a line drive to the Wheelersburg dugout. Thankfully, here at OU, there's fencing right in front of the dugout, preventing that from going in and hitting any of the players and coaches. 1-2 now the count to Miley Jo Gleam. This pitch, going to miss the mark for ball number 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Miley Jo Gleam, one of 3 Wheelersburg Lady Pirates to be named first team All Southern Ohio Conference Division III, along with Ava Eastep and Emmy Eaton. The pitch swung upon, fouled down the third base side. Count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. Gleam is a senior. Through the first 10 games this season, she was batting .410 with 3 homers, 7 doubles, 9 RBI, and a .419 on-base percentage. And that's the most up-to-date Wheelersburg stats that have been put out there. Strike number 3, taken by Miley Jo Gleam. Left the bat on her shoulder, and that is the second strikeout of the game for pitcher Lexus Blair of the Claymont Mustangs. So 1 is away here in the bottom of the 3rd inning with Wheelersburg up 3-2, and that brings up the number 4 hitter, right fielder Jalen Drake. 1 for 1 today with a single to right center back in the 1st inning. She will take strike number 1. Mackenzie Mullins is on deck. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Foul ball. Little slap swing at it there. Sends the ball toward the first base dugout, and the count is 0-2. This pitch driven to center field, down for a base hit, and Jalen Drake is 2 for 2 here in this regional semifinal. That'll bring up Mackenzie Mullins, the 3rd baseman. She is 0 for 1 today after flying out to the 2nd baseman back in the 1st inning. But Mullins has had a good season for Wheelersburg. Had the home run against Northwest in the district semifinal here on this field a little over a week ago. She will take strike 1 here. One thing about Wheelersburg, the Lady Pirates will know this venue well by the time it's all said and done with. If they manage to hold on today and return for a 12 o'clock regional championship game on Saturday, that will mark the 4th time that the Lady Pirates have played here this postseason. This is game number 3 at OU. Wheelersburg is just hoping to have the opportunity for a 4th opportunity here in Athens. This pitch fouled back. Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes to Mackenzie Mullins. Mullins is a junior. Through 10 games, she was batting .545 with a couple homers, 15 RBI, and a .545 on-base percentage. The 1-2 pitch just misses for ball number 2, evening up the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch swung upon, and it's going to go toward right field, but it's going to get down out of play, just missing the stripe in foul territory by about 4 feet. So a long strike, count will remain 2 balls, 2 strikes. We'll re-rack them and try it again. Coach Teresa Ruby going over and meeting Mackenzie Mullins. Coach Ruby wanting a fresh bat given to her 3rd baseman. And she will be obliged. So the bat has been swapped. Boy, these new carbon, I say new, they're not new. They've been around for a while, but these carbon fiber bats, such a different sound than the old aluminum bats from back in the day. With those aluminum bats, it honestly didn't even sound like real baseball. You know, all those pings and those tinny sounds. When contact is made with these carbon fiber bats, it's just got a a very pleasant sound to it. Here is a shot to center field. It'll get down over the shortstop for a base hit. Mackenzie Mullins is on board, and Wheelersburg now has runners on first and second with Emmy Eaton, the number 6 hitter, coming to the plate. She's 1 for 1 today with a double to left center back in the first inning. Mackenzie Mullins with her first hit of the day. So Jalen Drake is standing on second. Mackenzie Mullins is now on first. There is one out. We're in the bottom of the third inning. Wheelersburg leads 3-2. The winner returns on Saturday. Here is a foul ball. It's going to wind up in the stands. Nice catch by the gentleman right in front of the press box. Style points from the grandstands with that. Strike number 1 to Emmy Eaton. Here's the 0-1 delivery, and it is going to catch the outside corner for strike number 2. So Eaton now quickly behind in the count, 0-2. One run lead for the Wheelersburg Lady Pirates, and a little slap shot over the head of the second baseman. That'll get down for a base hit, and Wheelersburg has them loaded up with one out here in the bottom of the third. Eaton is 2 for 2 today with that single to go along with the first inning double. Eaton is going to give way to a courtesy runner, I do believe. Yep. I believe that was Vaught, McKenna Vaught, the freshman who checked in to run for Emmy Eaton. She is usually the one who does that. Yep. And that brings up Lauren Truitt, and she is going to blast one to left field over the head of the left fielder. 1 run scores, 2 runs score. And the brakes will be put on for Vaught at third base. But a 2-run double for Lauren Truitt, the number 7 hitter, her first hit of the day. And boy, did it come at an opportune time as the Lady Pirates extend their lead to 3. 5-2 is your new score. And that will bring up the designated player, Libby Allen, with runners on second and third for the Lady Pirates, who might not be done here in this inning. Still just one out and an opportunity for the Berg to pile on a few more.
Number 42.
Allen 0 for 1 today. She struck out an inning ago. She digs in from the left side of the plate. The right-handed hitter awaiting the throw from the left-handed pitcher. And it will be strike number 1 as Libby Allen watches that one go by, and taking that first strike is Wheelersburg's DP. Allen is a freshman. She's going to send one to right field, and that is going to be caught for out number 2. Sack fly as Vaught tags. Actually, Emmy Eaton stayed out there. She ran for herself. The pitcher did not use a courtesy runner. That was Emmy Eaton staying out there and running for herself, and she will score after tagging a sack fly by Libby Allen. And another run for the Wheelersburg Lady Pirates, and that makes it 6-2. Here comes the number 9 hitter and catcher, Maddie Jennings. 2 are away, but Wheelersburg has stretched its lead to 4, and here is a grounder down the third base side. Nice athleticism by Lauren Truitt over there, standing on third base to hop over that grounder coming her way. 0-1 the count to Jennings. And here's a shot to left field. It's down. Another Lady Pirate run is going to score as Truitt will cross the plate. And while Jennings thought about it, she decided wisely to slam on the brakes and stay at first for a single. To the top of the order go the Wheelersburg Lady Pirates now, as center fielder and senior Ava Estep is getting set to step into the batter's box. She is a left-handed hitter, getting ready to face this left-handed pitcher. Courtesy runner for the catcher, Maddie Jennings, as she will head to the dugout to give way to Clara Watkins. Watkins, the courtesy runner, is a freshman. She homered in the district semifinal victory over Northwest here at OU a little over a week ago. Her first homer of the season, I do believe that was. So here is Estep getting ready for this at bat. She is 1 for 1 today, but she's gotten one in both of her plate appearances. The first one ruled an error, and then a single to right field last time up. This pitch, a ball. Here comes the 1-0 delivery, and it's going to catch the outside corner for strike number 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to Ava Eastep. Again, she's bound for the University of Maryland. The 1-1 pitch, swung upon, fouled out of play beyond the third base dugout. 1-2 the count. If everybody who played college softball this season from Scioto County stays where they're at, with Ava Eastep going to Maryland next year, that'll be 4 Scioto County players playing in the ACC. Here is a line drive shot to the second baseman, caught for out number 3. Boy, that one had some heat on it. A good catch by Claymont second baseman Ava Edwards for the third out, but more runs scored by the Lady Pirates as they tack on 4 to extend the lead to 5, 7-2. Wheelersburg after 3. To the 4th inning we go. This is Regional Tournament Softball on WIOI. High school softball on 92.1 FM WIOI is being presented by the Scioto River, Collier Home Medical, Conley Trucking and Conley River Terminal, Correll's Bulldog Containers, Clark's Pump and Shop, the Scioto County Career Technical Center, Mako Finish Products, Harrison Piles Funeral Home, the Barrett Murphy Insurance Agency, the Schmidt Family Restaurants, which include Wendy's Old Fashioned Hamburgers and Buffalo Wild Wings, Menford Telephone and TV, and Falcon One Internet, Hope Source, the Glockner Family of Dealerships, the Melcher Hammer Funeral Home, the Parsley family-owned McDonald's Restaurants, Harris Floor Covering, Little Septic Service, the Real Estate Gallery, Portsmouth Block and Portsmouth Building Supply, as well as the McKinley Funeral Home of Lucasville. It is 7-2. The Wheelersburg Lady Pirates lead Claymont as we begin the top of the 4th inning here at Ohio University in Athens. Leading things off for the Mustangs will be Bryn Wise, the left fielder. Struck out in her first plate appearance back in the 2nd. She will take ball number 1. The 1-0 pitch from Emmy Eaton, swung upon, sent high into foul territory, but caught by the first baseman. Freshman Laney Skeens hustling over there to make the catch. That'll go as an F3 in the scoring book, and 1 is away. That brings up the catcher and number 9 hitter, Abby Johnson, who grounded out to second in her first plate appearance back in the 2nd inning. Johnson is a senior, batting .295 on the season, 104 plate appearances, 88 technical at-bats, 26 hits, 29 runs scored, 2 RBI. This pitch swung upon and missed, strike 1. For Wheelersburg in the 3rd inning moments ago, 4 runs off of 5 hits, no runners left stranded, no errors committed by Claymont. Here is a pitch swung upon and hit out of play beyond the first base line. A long strike, making the count 0-2 to Abby Johnson. The 8, 9, and 1 hitters due up in this inning for Claymont. That's Bryn Wise, who's already flown out to first base after the nice catch in foul territory by Laney Skeens. Abby Johnson is up at the moment. She will take a ball here, making the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. And next up on deck, we have second baseman Ava Edwards, the leadoff hitter. The 1-2 pitch by Eaton, driven to center field. And it's going to be misplayed out in center field. The left fielder and the center fielder couldn't decide on who had it. Either nobody called it or it wasn't called until the last moment. It looked like Ava Eastep was the closest to it at the last moment. She pulled back. Lauren Truitt in left field couldn't get to it. And that's going to fall in between the two. And when it's all said and done with, Abby Johnson is going to be safe at second. So with that, 1 out, runner on second, Wheelersburg up 7-2. The Lady Pirates with a 5-run lead. You got to be happy about that. Wheelersburg has out-hit Claymont 7-5, but 3 unusual errors committed by Wheelersburg, which is very un-Pirate-like. To the top of the order, the second baseman, Ava Edwards. She'll foul this one out of play beyond the first base side. Abby Johnson with an error committed by Wheelersburg moments ago, allowing her to get on board. Here's a shot driven to left center. It's going to get down for a base hit. Rounding third and heading for home will be Abby Johnson, and Claymont tacks on 1 to narrow the gap a little bit, making it 7-3. An RBI singled left center by Ava Edwards, her first hit of the day, and that makes it a 4-run ball game with the Lady Pirates up again 7-3. 1 out in this top half of the 4th inning, and Adriana Malone, the right fielder, and number 2 hitter, will step into the batter's box. 0 for 2 today, having struck out in the 1st inning and grounding out to the pitcher in the 3rd. Here's the delivery by Emmy Eaton. Malone squared up the bunt, got the bat on the ball, but it went over the head of the catcher and umpire, goes back and hits the backstop. That'll be a foul ball and strike number 1. 0-1 is the count. The Lawhun sisters are due up. Peyton Lawhun, who is 2 for 2 today with a single and a double, and Hayden Lawhun, the shortstop, who's gotten on board twice as a result of a single and then an error an inning ago. Wheelersburg is hoping to get this next batter out before dealing with the Lawhun siblings. There's a foul ball, strike number 2. 0-2 the count to Adriana Malone. Home plate umpire is going to go out and talk to Emmy Eaton a little bit. He started to head back to home plate and then stuck around Eaton a little bit. Wouldn't you love to be a fly on the shoulder of one of those two? So now the home plate umpire returns to his position. Emmy Eaton walks way back towards second base, readjusts her mask, and now gets set to go back to work. Malone awaiting the 0-2 delivery from Eaton. Swung upon, miss, strike number 3, and out number 2 here in the 4th inning. That's the 5th strikeout of the day for junior Emmy Eaton. And that brings up Peyton Lawhun, the 3rd baseman and number 3 hitter. 2 for 2 on the day as mentioned. A runner on first. And ball number 1 taken by Lawhun. Lawhun, a sophomore, batting .303 entering this game. She certainly helped out that average today with 2 hits and her first 2 at-bats. This pitch misses the mark for ball number 2. 2 balls, no strikes. The count to Lawhun. We're in the top half of the 4th inning. 2 outs. A runner on first. Wheelersburg leading 7-3 over the Claymont Mustangs in this D5 regional semifinal. This pitch will be swung upon, fouled back. That'll be strike number 1. Count is now 2 balls, 1 strike. The winner of this game will return to Ohio University in Athens on Saturday. And we'll get the winner of Meigs and Tusky Valley, who will play here at OU later today. Here is a drive to right field. It's going to wind up in foul territory, but is caught by the right fielder, and that will be the 3rd out of the inning. A nice job by the Wheelersburg right fielder who hustles over to make that catch. That's Jalen Drake, and that will do it for the Claymont Mustangs in this inning. They score 1 more run, but it's still Wheelersburg in front, 7-3, with the Lady Pirates coming to the plate here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. This is Regional Tournament Softball on WIOI. The wind kicking up at Ohio University in Athens, batten down the hatches, and let's not let the paperwork go flying. It is 7-3, the Wheelersburg Lady Pirates leading the Claymont Mustangs so far for the Berg. 7 runs off of 7 hits, 3 errors committed by the Lady Pirates for Claymont. 3 runs off of 6 hits, 3 errors committed by the Mustangs. For Claymont in the top half of the 4th inning, 1 run off of 1 hit, 1 runner left stranded, 1 error committed. To the bottom of the 4th we go. Lena Howard, the second baseman, is going to lead things off. And she will take strike number 1. The number 2, 3, and 4 hitters due up for the Berg this inning. Second baseman Lena Howard, shortstop Miley Jo Gleam, and the right fielder Jalen Drake, who made a nice catch to end the last inning. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. And it is going to miss the mark for ball number 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count. Looks like we've had a pitching change, I do believe, for Claymont. This pitch is swung upon and sent out of play beyond the first base dugout for a foul ball. Strike number 2, 1-2 the count. Yep, it looks like Peyton Lawhon, who started out the game at third base, has moved into the circle. And Lexus Blair, who was pitching, has moved over to third base. So they've swapped positions. Here is the 1-2 pitch, and it is going to be low for ball number 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count to Lena Howard, who is 1 for 2 today, having singled to left center back in the first inning, and she flew out to left field in the second. Here's a shot to center field. The center fielder for Claymont comes up and makes the catch for out number 1. That was Aubrey Cottrell hustling over there in center field, making her way toward the infield to make that catch on the run, basically. F8 is how that will be scored, and that will bring up the shortstop Miley Jo Gleam. She's had a sac fly today and struck out. Again, the winner of this one gets the winner of Meggs and Tuscarawas Valley, who will play later today. The regional final for Division 5 will be right back here in Athens at noon. Here's a shot, a base hit that gets down up the middle of the gap. Miley Jo Gleam with her first hit of the day. She is on board. And that will bring up right fielder Jalen Drake, who is 2 for 2 today with a pair of singles. Back in the first inning, Drake sent a ball to right center field, and then in the third inning, her single went to left center. She bats from the right side of the plate. And she will take ball number 1. Now, a little bit of a different look and spin on the ball that the Wheelersburg batters are being faced with now, because the starting Mustangs pitcher was a lefty, Lexus Blair, and now Lawhon, a righty. Here's a foul over top of the press box, behind the backstop, and that'll be strike number 1, evening up the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Mackenzie Mullins is on deck for the Lady Pirates. 7-3 is the score. Wheelersburg in front by 4 runs in this Sweet 16 matchup. Wheelersburg in the regional tournament for the 11th time in Coach Teresa Ruby's 12-year tenure. This pitch, high for a ball. 2-1 the count. Wheelersburg 19-5 entering this game, looking for win number 20 and a trip to the Elite 8. This pitch rolled across home plate for ball number 3. 3 balls, 1 strike is the count. Jalen Drake digs in and awaits the delivery from Lawhon. It's going to be outside, ball number 4, and she will take her base. That brings up Mullins, the third baseman. She's 1 for 2 today. Flew out to second base in the first inning and then singled to left center field in the third. Uh-oh, trouble at second. Runner back safe, but boy, it was close, closer than what maybe Wheelersburg Pirate fans would have liked for it to be. Miley Jo Gleam rounded second there, was staring toward third, and just about got gunned down after a ball was delivered to Mackenzie Mullins. 1-0 is the count. Nice job by the Claymont catcher there, having the wherewithal to quickly get the ball out to second base. That's Abby Johnson with that throw moments ago. Just about got Miley Jo Gleam out. So runners on first and second. Gleam on second, Drake on first. Here's a strike delivered to Mullins. 2-1 the count. 2 balls, 1 strike. 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Claymont jumped out to an early 1-0 lead in the top half of the first, and then Wheelersburg rallied with 3 runs in the bottom of that opening inning, and the Lady Pirates have led ever since. Again, 7-3 is where we stand. This pitch misses the mark for ball number 3. 3-1 is the count to Mackenzie Mullins, the third baseman, batting from the right side of the plate. She will take her base after back-to-back walks have been given up by the new pitcher in the circle for the Claymont Mustangs, Peyton Lawhun. Catcher Abby Johnson is going to come out and speak with Lawhun. Now, we saw in the earlier game, the Division 7 regional semifinal, which saw the Notre Dame Lady Titans defeat Strasburg Franklin 7-2. The Strasburg Franklin coach moved the pitcher who started the game over to first base. First baseman pitched. They did that for a couple innings, and then they reverted back. So that option is here for the Claymont Mustangs if they would so choose to do that. They could go back to the original starter, who is now playing at third. Here's a ball fouled back out of play, strike number 1. Peyton Lawhun currently pitching, but again, it was Lexus Blair who started the game in the circle. She's now playing on third. Emmy Eaton is the batter for Wheelersburg, and she's going to send a drive to center field. It's rather shallow, but very high. Caught for out number 2. Tagging up and scoring is Miley Jo Gleam, and with that, Wheelersburg has stretched the lead to 5, 8-3, your new score. A sac fly by Emmy Eaton, who continues to help herself at the plate. That drive to center was deep enough that it enabled Miley Jo Gleam to score, and now Eaton's stat line offensively, she is 2 for 2 with a double and a single, and now throw in an RBI sac fly with that. That brings up the left fielder Lauren Truitt with runners on first and second, 2 away here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. 8-3 the new score. First pitch misses the mark for ball 1. A drive right up the center, on the ground, past the pitcher, over second base, and out into center field. A base hit for Lauren Truitt, her second base hit of the day. She had a double an inning ago and now has a single to go along with it. And with that, bases are loaded for the designated player, Libby Allen, who will step into the batter's box. She is 0 for 1 today with a strikeout in the second and then hit a sac fly an inning ago. A sacrifice fly is off the table here with 2 outs, but she has made contact with the ball. And boy, a base hit here would certainly be a good thing. Let's see. It was supposed to be Libby Allen batting, but it looks like we have had a change in the lineup as pinch hitting for Allen is going to be freshman Lainey Skeens. She has been playing in the field as the flex player at first base. She will now get an opportunity to bat, and can she deliver? Just about. She sent a drive to center field, and it did not get down in time. The center fielder for Claymont is able to make the catch out there in center field. It was Aubrey Cottrell, and that will be the 3rd out. But another run tacked on by the Lady Pirates. They now lead 8-3 as we move on to the 5th in this Division 5 regional semifinal. You're listening to High School Softball on 92.1 FM WIOI. High school softball on 92.1 FM WIOI is being presented by the McKinley Funeral Home, Portsmouth Block and Portsmouth Building Supply, the Real Estate Gallery, Little Septic Service, Harris Floor Covering, McDonald's, the Melcher Hammer Funeral Home, the Glockner Family of Dealerships, Hope Source, Minford Telephone and TV, as well as Falcon One Internet, the Schmidt Family Restaurants, Wendy's Old Fashioned Hamburgers and Buffalo Wild Wings, the Barrett Murphy Insurance Agency, Harrison Piles Funeral Home, Mako Finished Products, the Scioto County Career Technical Center, Clark's Pump and Shop, Correll's Bulldog Containers, Conley Trucking and Conley River Terminal, Call Your Home Medical, as well as the Scioto River. I'm Chuck Greenslate, live at Ohio University in Athens, where the Wheelersburg Lady Pirates have an 8-3 lead over the Claymont Mustangs as we get set to begin the fifth inning of play. Top half of this inning, and leading off for the Claymont Mustangs is Hayden Lawhun. She will swing away at this first pitch from Emmy Eaton and not connect, strike number one. For Wheelersburg in the bottom of the fourth, 1 run off of 2 hits, 3 runners left stranded, no errors committed by Claymont. A 5-run lead for the Berg. 8-3 again is where we stand. The pitch by Eaton will just miss the mark for ball number 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count to Lawhun, who has been on board twice today with a single back in the first, and she reached as a result of an error in the third. This pitch swung upon and missed, strike number 2. 1-2 now, the count to Hayden Lawhun. Lawhun is a sophomore. Her and Peyton are twin sisters. And this ball will be fouled out of play over the stands beyond the first base dugout. Count will remain 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hayden Lawhun batting .333 on the season. 30 hits, 20 runs scored, 23 RBI. 1-2 pitch, misses the mark. Ball number 2, 2-2 the count. So far on the day for Claymont, 3 runs off of 6 hits. For Wheelersburg, 8 runs off of 9 hits. Both teams have committed 3 errors. This pitch misses the mark. Ball number 3, count is full. Junior Emmy Eaton with the payoff pitch. Delivered, swung upon, and that's going to get over top of the head of the shortstop and get down before reaching the left fielder for a base hit. So a leadoff single by Hayden Lawhun of Claymont. And that will bring up the number 5 hitter, first baseman Riley Fair, who has gotten on board twice today, a single back in the first inning, and she reached as a result of an error in the third, just as Hayden Lawhun has. Exact same stat line through their first 2 plate appearances. Let's see if that can change for Fair here as she steps into the batter's box. She's a right-handed hitter going up against the right-handed thrower, Emmy Eaton. The delivery by Eaton will be right down the center for strike 1. A beautiful day here in Athens. We've had some schizophrenic weather as of late, that's for sure. Hot, cool, wet, dry. All across the spectrum. Here's a drive to center field, caught by Ava Estep for out number 1. Good contact by Riley Fair, but right to Ava Estep. She only had to slide over a couple feet to make that catch. 1 is away, and that will bring up the number 6 hitter, center fielder Aubrey Cottrell. She is 0 for 2 today with a pair of strikeouts. So Hayden Lawhun standing on first base after leading off the top half of this 5th inning with a single, hoping she can get some help offensively to advance her and eventually drive her home. First pitch going to be strike number 1. Cottrell squared up for a bunt, pulled back, but the pitch found the mark. And Cottrell is behind in the count. No balls, 1 strike. Squaring up the bunt again. Pulls back. Boy, she just about waited until that ball had gotten by before she pulled back. Pitch was high and outside for a ball. 1-1 the count. Eaton with the 1-1 delivery. And again scoring up the bunt is Cottrell. She made contact with the ball, but it's a foul. Hit off the plate right after ricocheting off of her bat. So the count is now 1-2. And that probably takes bunting off the table with 2 strikes. Cottrell in the season batting .194. Waiting the pitch from Eaton. She'll swing away at this one, and this is going to get down and roll all the way to the fence. Rounding third, going for home is Lawhon, and she is going to slide safely across home plate, and that makes it 8-4. So Claymont not going away, putting up quite a fight here against the reigning state champion Wheelersburg Lady Pirates. A very solid at bat there for Aubrey Cottrell, behind 1-2 in the count. She sends the ball to right field and winds up with an RBI. She's standing safely on second after the RBI single and advancing to second on the throw. And that will bring up Lexus Blair. Going to have a pitching change for Wheelersburg. Lady Pirates are going to bring in their phenomenal freshman, Rylan Butcher. She was part of the no-hitter thrown against Northwest in the district semifinal here at OU a week ago Monday. Her and Emmy Eaton combined for that, with Eaton pitching the first 3 innings and Butcher the last 2. I can just tell in a conversation that I had with Coach Ruby earlier in the spring that she has the utmost confidence in this freshman entering the circle right now, Rylan Butcher. I think that was evident by Butcher's first varsity start, which was against perennial power Kenton Ridge. And Wheelersburg came up short in that game, but Kenton Ridge, which was nationally ranked earlier in the season, and might still be, but she wound up getting the start in that game. And think about that, to make your first start as a freshman against a nationally ranked team. Kenton Ridge also, like Wheelersburg, defending state champs in one of the larger school divisions. So the moment, I'm sure, not too big for Rylan Butcher, because she's been in some big moments before, as have all of these Lady Pirates. Looks like the lineup, other than the pitcher, will remain the same. Emmy Eaton will exit the contest. Rylan Butcher will come in to pitch, and everybody else will stay where they were. That's Lainey Skeens at first base. Lena Howard on second. Mackenzie Mullins at third. At shortstop is Miley Jo Glean. Out in left field is Lauren Truitt. Ava Eastep is in center field, and Jalen Drake is in right field. Maddie Jennings catching. So Lexus Blair, who started out the game pitching for Claymont and has since moved to third, is up, and she will get a single from the left side of the plate. A left-handed hitter going up against right-handed pitcher Butcher, and the first pitch delivered by Rylan Butcher wounds up a knock for Lexus Blair, her second hit of the game. She's now 2 for 3 after this single, and that will bring up Bryn Wise, the left fielder, with runners on the corners. Base runners on first and third. Wise, with 1 out in the inning, squares up to bunt and then hits a grounder over to third base. Fielded by Mullins. She looks the runner back at third, tosses over to first in time for the 5-3 put out, and that will be out number 2 here in the inning. That brings up the number 9 hitter, catcher Abby Johnson, who is 0 for 1. She did reach as a result of an error an inning ago. It was a good job by Mullins there, making sure the runner on third didn't have a play or an opportunity to get home. Looked her back nicely before making that toss over to Lainey Skeens at first base. Butcher's pitch to Johnson will be a little bit high for ball 1. Again, the winner of this game will advance to the regional final on Saturday and will play the winner of Meigs and Tusky Valley, who will meet later today here in Athens. That regional final will be at noon here at Ohio University. This pitch swung upon and missed for strike number 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count to Abby Johnson. Runners on second and third. The 1-1 pitch. It's going to catch the inside corner for strike number 2. You could tell by Abby Johnson's body language that she thought that was a little too far inside to be called a strike. But 1-2 is the count. The freshman Butcher looking to get this third out. It won't happen here. A single up the center. 1 run will score, and the brakes will be put on for Lexus Blair, who will hold at third. But an RBI single up this gap by Abby Johnson, and that makes it an 8-5 ball game. To the top of the order we go for Uhrichsville Claymont as the leadoff hitter. And second baseman Ava Edwards will step into the batter's box. She is 1 for 3 today, having flown out to center field, flown out to first base. She singled to left center her last time up an inning ago. She is the 7th batter to come to the plate in this inning for Claymont. This has been a big inning for this squad. 2 runs scored, and Wheelersburg is just hoping that it stops there. This pitch by Butcher on target in the strike zone. Strike number 1, 0-1 the count. 2 outs in this inning. Wheelersburg needing to find that third. Here's a pop-up to short. It will be caught, and there is out number 3. F6 is how it will go, as getting under the ball to make the catch is Miley Jo Gleam. And some offense produced by Claymont, but still the Wheelersburg Lady Pirates in front by 3 runs. 8-5 the score as we go to the bottom of the 5th here at OU in Athens. This is Regional Tournament Softball on WIOI.
Refresh, refuel.
8-5, the Wheelersburg Lady Pirates have a 3-run lead over Uhrichsville Claymont, with the Lady Pirates coming to the plate in the bottom of the 5th inning of this Division V regional semifinal. For Claymont in the top half of this inning, 2 runs off of 4 hits, 2 runners left stranded, no errors committed by Wheelersburg. Due up for the Lady Pirates will be the 9, 1, and 2 hitters. Catcher Maddie Jennings is going to lead it off. Then we will see Ava Estep and Lena Howard. First pitch is delivered for strike number 1. Maddie Jennings is 1 for 2 today with the single back in the 3rd inning to left field. She flew out to second base the inning prior to that. Here is a grounder over to short, who tosses to first base in time, although it was close. Out number 1. That'll go as 6-3 on that put out. A nice hustle play by Maddie Jennings. Racing down to first. Pretty close play, but an out is called. So that brings us to the top of the Lady Pirate order. Center fielder Ava Estep is stepping into the batter's box. She is 1 for 2 today and also reached as a result of an error. So she's been on board twice, has scored a run. She will take strike 1. So far, Wheelersburg's stat line on the day: 8 runs off of 9 hits, 3 errors committed. Here is a shot to second base. Nice catch. Boy, that was a really good adjustment by the Claymont second baseman to reach over to her left and make that catch just before the ball hit the ground. That was Ava Edwards. So Ava Edwards gets out Ava Estep, and 2 are away for Wheelersburg. That's twice in this game that Ava Estep has flown out to the second baseman. That brings up the Wheelersburg second baseman, Lena Howard, and she will take ball number 1. Howard is 1 for 3 today, having singled to left center in the first inning. She flew out to left field in the second, then flew out to center field in the fourth. Howard coming off of that big district championship win over Wellston a week ago, a game that saw the Berg prevail 11-0. She went 3 for 4 in that contest with a double, 2 runs scored, and 3 RBI. She'll take ball 2. 2-0 the count. Ball number 3. Howard showing a good eye. She's ahead in the count, 3-0. She's a sophomore. Is Lena Howard. A right-handed batter. Continuing to pitch for Claymont is Hayden Lawhun. And this 3-0 pitch will find the mark for strike number 1. Talked about it earlier during Notre Dame's 7-2 victory over Strasburg Franklin in the earlier Division VII regional semifinal played here at OU. A 3-0 pitch, most will lay off of it, but typically that's the best pitch you'll see at every level. This pitch swung upon, fly ball out toward second base. It drifts over toward first, but nice job by the Claymont second baseman, Ava Edwards again, making the catch. Back-to-back F4s in the scoring book, and 3 up and 3 down for Wheelersburg. That's the first time we've witnessed that in this contest. But the Lady Pirates maintain an 8-5 lead as we move on to the top of the 6th inning with the Mustangs coming to the plate. You're listening to Regional Tournament Softball on 92.1 FM WIOI.
Home oxygen, portable oxygen, hospital beds, wheelchairs, rollators, walkers, and more. Call your home medical. Now with offices at 1661 State Route 522 Wheelersburg, as well as at 146 South Carroll Malone Boulevard, Grayson. Call Berg at 740-574-0327. Phone the Grayson office to make an appointment at 740-981-6343. Call your home medical.
Start planning
Josie
your event
and
today.
Carly and all the gang at Conley Trucking and the Conley River
Crank it
Terminal
up
wish
with the
the
Pure
best
Rock
to our
Radio
local
Network,
athletes.
your home for
In
classic
business
rock
since
that really
1975.
rocks.
Conley
Tune in to
Trucking
Pure Rock
Vivo
105,
commercial
Pure Rock
and residential
99.5, and now
Hauling
Pure Rock
everything from gravel
98.7
to
for the
grain.
greatest
Next
hits.
time you need
Local
builder
sports
or
action
limestone,
and Porter's Place
contact
featuring
Conley
me,
Trucking,
Porterhouse,
Conley River
comedian
Terminal.
Jay Stein, the
Phone
funny guy, and the HR chick,
776
Tanya Hatton. From Bobcats football and basketball to unbeatable giveaways, we've got your back. Pure Rock Radio Network, where local voices meet legendary rock. Pure Rock 105, Pure Rock 99.5, and Pure Rock
8-5, the Wheelersburg Lady Pirates lead the Claymont Mustangs as we get set to begin the top half of the 6th inning of this Division V regional semifinal, coming to you live today on 92.1 FM WIOI, as well as on the Total Media Sports YouTube channel. We're at Ohio University in Athens. Due up in this 6th inning for Claymont. The 2, 3, and 4 hitters. Leading it off is Adriana Malone, the right fielder. She will take ball number 1. The 1-0 pitch, swung upon, missed, strike 1, count even, 1 ball, 1 strike. Malone on the day, 0 for 3. She has struck out twice and grounded out to the pitcher once. Emmy Eaton started this game in the circle for Wheelersburg, has since given away to Riley Butcher. Here's a drive to left field. That's going to get down for a base hit. So a leadoff single to left field by Malone. And a runner is on board. That will bring up the number 3 hitter and third baseman, Peyton Lawhun. Started at third base, I should clarify. She's pitched the last couple of innings, and she's had a good day offensively as she is 2 for 3 with a single, a double. Last time up, she flew out to right field. She can help herself out here at the plate as she digs in with a runner on first and no outs here in the top half of the 6th inning. Rylan Butcher, the freshman hurler for Wheelersburg, who came on in replace of Eaton an inning ago, will deliver a pitch that will clip the outside corner for strike number 1. 0-1 the count to Peyton Lawhun. Pitcher on pitcher. The delivery outside, ball 1. Quick throw down to first, not in time. 1 ball, 1 strike the count. I liked what Wheelersburg catcher Maddie Jennings was thinking there, tossing down to first baseman Laney Skeens. Just not quite in time, as the runner Lawhun was able to get back. I should say the runner Adriana Malone. Excuse me. Peyton Lawhun is at the plate right now. Last pitch missed the mark for a ball, as does this one. That makes the count 3-1. Malone on first. Peyton Lawhun at the plate, faced with a 3-1 count. Rylan Butcher, the freshman pitcher, will deliver the 3-1 pitch, and it's going to miss outside for ball number 4. So walked in 5 pitches, and the first 2 runners for Claymont here in the 6th inning are on board, safely on first and second with no outs, and that will bring up the shortstop Hayden Lawhun, who has gotten on board in all 3 plate appearances. A pair of singles, one in the 1st inning, another in the 5th, both to left center field, and then an error was committed in the 3rd inning, which allowed her to get on. She will take strike number 1. If you're at shortstop, Miley Jo Gleam, third base, McKenna Mullins, or out in left field for Wheelersburg, that's Lauren Truitt. You're looking alive for this batter. Everything she has hit has gone that direction. This pitch misses the mark outside for ball number 2. 2-0 the count. Oh, excuse me, 1-1 the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. First pitch was a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. This pitch fouled over off of the netting right in front of the first base grandstands. That'll be strike number 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. 8-5 is the score. The Wheelersburg Lady Pirates softball team, winners of 3 of the last 4 state championships. Up by 3 here in the top half of the 6th inning of this regional semifinal. This pitch swung upon, driven to right field, and that will be caught by Drake for the first out of this inning, and she is going to quickly throw the ball to Mullins at third, but the runners tag, and both are able to advance. So that'll go as an F9 in the scorebook, but now runners on second and third for Claymont with just 1 out here in the 6th inning. Wheelersburg with a little bit of padding, up by 3. But the tying run now steps into the batter's box. It's first baseman Riley Fair, who is 1 for 2 today with a single up the center in the 1st inning. She got on board as a result of an error in the 3rd, and she flew out to center field in the 5th inning. So if you play up the middle, pitcher, center fielder, even the shortstop and second baseman, that's typically where she sends it. Or that's where it's gone so far in this game. This pitch, strike 1. 0-1 the count. Riley Fair on the season, batting .340. One of the better batting averages on this Mustangs team. Here's the pitch, swung upon, missed. Strike number 2. 0-2 the count. The freshman, Rylan Butcher, ahead in this situation. Getting this second out would be so important with runners on second and third. A strikeout would be ginormous. This pitch delivered. It is low for a ball. One ball, 2 strikes. That's the count to Riley Fair. She's a freshman, as is the pitcher, Rylan Butcher from Wheelersburg. And a shot right back to the pitcher. It knocked her mask off. The ball is going to roll out to center field. 1 run has already scored. Now another run will, sliding safely home. And it is a 1-run ball game all of a sudden. The umpire might be calling obstruction. Boy, there's a lot to unpack here. I think the first thing that needs to be discussed is the health of pitcher Rylan Butcher. She's already put her mask back on after that line drive right back at her face knocked it off. That, I think, had everybody concerned, understandably so, but the play went on, and 2 runners were able to score. I heard someone up here in the press area say that the home plate umpire might have called obstruction, but I don't think it would have really mattered because the slide by Peyton Lawhun looked to be underneath the tag of the Wheelersburg catcher, Maddie Jennings, so I think that would have been a run scored regardless. So it's 8-7. That's the score, and it looks like freshman pitcher Rylan Butcher is okay, as again she stands in the circle, and I think she is anxiously ready to go back to work. But a scary moment when you see a ball that's a line drive right back at the head of a pitcher. That is just a hold your breath, start praying type of situation, and the umpires are going to give Butcher a couple of warm-up tosses, it looks like, before we get ready to play on. So 2 runs score after the single by Riley Fair. And looked to be, I believe, a single, and then she advanced to second on the throw home. So Fair stands on second. Again, 8-7 is the score. We have 1 out here in the top of the 6th inning. So far for Claymont in this inning, a single by Adriana Malone to lead it off. Peyton Lawhun was walked. A fly out to right field by Hayden Lawhun, which advanced the runners from first and second to second and third. And then that shot right back to Butcher by Riley Fair off the bat of Fair. And that brings up Aubrey Cottrell, the center fielder, who is 1 for 3 today with a single to right center in her last plate appearance. Tying run on second, go-ahead run in the batter's box. His first pitch will be fouled out of play. 0-1 the count. Boy, that was a scary moment there with that line drive right back at the face of freshman Wheelersburg pitcher Rylan Butcher. So glad that she's okay. Score has gotten very, very tight here all of a sudden in the 6th inning. This Claymont team certainly putting forth a good effort here today. There have been mistakes by both sides. I think that's evident by the fact that we've seen 6 errors in this game, 3 by each team. But boy, the effort has been there. 1-1 is the count. Here's a 1-1 pitch. And it is going to miss for ball number 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. Sweet 16 softball coming to you live from Ohio University in Athens on a beautiful sunny afternoon in May. The 2-1 pitch, high and outside, ball number 3. 3-1 is now the count. Lexus Blair is due up, and she is 2 for 3 so far today. The pitch. It's going to catch the outside corner for strike number 2. Count is full. Wheelersburg clinging to an 8-7 lead. Lady Pirates have led by as many as 5. It was 8-3. Here's a line drive shot up the center. That's going to be down for a base hit. Runners are going to hold on the corners. Runners safely on first and second after the single up the center by Aubrey Cottrell. She is now safe at first, while Riley Fair has moved over to third. Still just 1 out in this inning. We are in the top of the 6th with Wheelersburg clinging to an 8-7 lead. And that will bring up Lexus Blair, as mentioned just moments ago. She is 2 for 3 today. And it looks like we're going to have another pitching change. In softball, you can have the re-entry. So Rylan Butcher, the freshman, will depart to the dugout, and Emmy Eaton will return. Eaton not in the most enviable of situations here, with runners on the corners for Claymont and only 1 out here in the top half of the 6th inning, getting ready to go up against Lexus Blair. Now, Blair, as mentioned, has had 2 hits, the most recent of which, an inning ago, was off of Rylan Butcher against Emmy Eaton, 1 for 2 with the single in the 2nd inning to left center, and then a ground out to Eaton in the circle back in the 3rd, a 1-3 put out. Butcher, as she left the game, got a nice ovation from the Wheelersburg faithful. Great crowd here at the moment. Now, some of these folks are probably awaiting the next game or two, and there might be a few that hung around from the first game after witnessing the Notre Dame Lady Titans defeat Strasburg Franklin in the Division 7 regional semifinal, which kicked off our broadcast here today. A game that went 2 hours and 40 minutes, so it's kind of slowed the pace of the day. This one started slightly after 3, so it's gone a little over 2 hours. But we're not done yet either. Some of these later games today, there's going to be 4 of them in total. Folks who stick around for that 4th, they're going to have a late night, I get the feeling. So back to work goes Emmy Eaton and the Lady Pirates. Eaton versus Lexus Blair. Eaton, a right-handed pitcher. Blair, a left-handed hitter. And here is a shot to left field that will get down for a base hit, and we are tied at 8. 5 unanswered runs by Claymont as Blair with an RBI knock to left field. That winds up scoring the runner on third, Riley Fair. And we are all even at 8. That brings up the number 8 hitter for the Claymont Mustangs, Bryn Wise, the left fielder. She's 0 for 3 today, having struck out, flown out to first base, and grounded out to third. This pitch by Eaton is in there for a called strike. 0-1 the count. Runner safely on first and second for Claymont. With Bryn Wise in the batter's box, searching for her first hit of the day. Still just 1 out in the inning. This pitch fouled back for strike number 2. Eaton now ahead in the count, 0-2. Wise on the season, batting .148. She has 9 hits on the year, 9 runs scored. She has driven in 6 runs. Boy, this 6th inning has been somewhat nightmarish for the Lady Pirates. This pitch low, missing the mark. Ball number 1, 1-2 the count. Three runs for Claymont so far in this inning. And Wheelersburg is hoping that's it. This pitch will miss the target zone. Ball number 2, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Wheelersburg fielders playing straight up in their conventional positions. Second baseman is up shallow a little bit. The shortstop somewhat up. The 2-2 pitch will just miss the outside corner. For ball number 3, count is full. Abby Johnson is on deck. She is 1 for 2 today with a single. She grounded out to second base, and she also got on board as a result of an error. That's Abby Johnson, who is in the on-deck circle. This pitch swung upon and missed. Strike number 3, a big K for junior Emmy Eaton, the SOC Division III Pitcher of the Year. Out number 2, and that brings up Abby Johnson, the catcher for Claymont, and number 9 hitter. Emmy Eaton, co-pitchers of the year in the SOC Division III with Kendall Chrisman of Valley. If they're on schedule there at Pickerington North, the Valley Lady Indians softball team should have just started their game against Sugar Creek Garraway. 3 Scioto County softball teams in the Sweet 16 today. Notre Dame already punching its ticket to the Elite 8. Wheelersburg and Valley hopefully will be able to do the same. This pitch swung upon, fouled back. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count to Abby Johnson. Claymont with a lot of momentum right now, but Wheelersburg has been in situations like this before. So many big games these Lady Pirates have played in over the years. Throughout Coach Teresa Ruby's tenure, actually. This program has been so good under her tutelage and direction. This pitch high for ball number 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. Winners of 4 state titles in her 12 years. 4 in her first 11. And obviously the 2020 season wasn't played due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Many say that team was loaded for bear and had a shot at it as well. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. They didn't get the opportunity as that season was canceled. But this Berg Ball club has been good throughout Coach Teresa Ruby's run. Good again this year. 2-2 is the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Eaton with the 2-2 delivery. It is high and outside for ball number 3. Count is full to Abby Johnson, the number 9 hitter. Johnson batting .295 entering this game. The payoff pitch. Swung upon, and that's going to get down for a base hit. And the Claymont thought about trying to send a runner home, but then thought better of it. Aubrey Cottrell is held up at third, but the bases are loaded. To the top of the order we go. Ava Edwards, the leadoff batter, with ducks all over the pond and 2 outs. Will try to put her team ahead in this tie ball game. 8-8 the score. Crunch time. Top of the 6th. Pitch. Swung up on a miss. Strike number 1. Ava Edwards, the 9th batter for the Mustangs to bat in this inning. They have batted around. This pitch outside, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Edwards is 1 for 4 so far today. She singled to left center back in the 4th inning. She flew out to center field in the 1st, flew out to first in the 2nd, flew out to shortstop an inning ago in the 5th. So she has put the ball in the air, but it's been all over the place. From left field to center field to first base. This pitch outside, ball number 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. The junior, Emmy Eaton, who started the game, left for an inning and returned earlier this inning. This pitch swung up on to right field, and that is going to be out number 3. Caught out there near the foul line by Wheelersburg's Jalen Drake. And it wasn't good for Wheelersburg as Claymont rallies with 3 runs to even up the score, but with bases loaded there at the end, it could have been a whole lot worse. Still even up as the Lady Pirates get set to come to the plate in the bottom of the 6th inning. This is Regional Tournament Softball on 92.1 FM WIOI.
Putting on a new roof,
8-7.
replacing that old
Turn it
broken
up.
concrete driveway.
Ready
Then
for
you
a
need
movie
to call
night?
the professionals
Silver Screen
at
7 in
Carell's
Gallipolis.
Bulldog Container.
With 7
They have many
screens
sizes of
showcasing the
containers
latest
to choose
blockbusters
from.
and
Whatever your next
favorites,
cleanup or
there's
project around
something
your
for
property,
everyone.
call
Enjoy
Carell's
comfy
Bulldog
seats,
Container.
affordable
Open
tickets,
6 days a week
and
from
fresh buttery
574
popcorn that hits the
4455.
spot.
That's
Located at
574
1284 Jackson Pike,
4455.
it's your local
Locally owned and
destination for
operated.
cinematic
Carell's
fun.
Bulldog
Check
Container.
showtimes and buy tickets at
Harris Floor Covering,
silverscreen7.com
located at 610
or
9th
follow
Street,
us on
Portsmouth, is the
Facebook.
area's leading floor
Silver
covering
Screen
contractor.
7, where
Harris Floor
Gallipolis
Covering
comes
has
to
everything
watch.
for your home or business, including resilient tile, sheet
Breaking
flooring,
news to
tile,
heartwarming
ceramic tile,
stories, the
outdoor
Telegram
floors,
is your
industrial
ticket to
floors,
the latest
carpet,
buzz
acoustic
in
ceiling,
town.
underlayment,
Read your
and
daily
more.
dose of local
Call Stephen
headlines,
Harris at
sports, and entertainment and more, in hand and on paper.
Get a print and digital subscription for only $7.95 per month. Delivered fresh every Wednesday and Saturday.
Visit thetelegram.news.com
Wheelersburg
or
8,
call
the Claymont Mustangs 8. We head to the bottom of the 6th
today.
inning of this
Don't
Division
just read the
5
news.
regional semifinal game, coming to you live from Ohio University in Athens for Claymont in the top half of the 6th. 3 runs off of 5 hits, 3 runners left stranded, no errors committed by Wheelersburg. So far in this contest, Claymont has out-hit Wheelersburg 15-9. Score, as mentioned, tied at 8. Each team has committed 3 errors. Here perhaps is the key stat of the game right now. 11 base runners have been left stranded by Claymont. And boy, if the Mustangs do not complete this comeback and get this win here today, they are certainly going to look at the lack of untimely hitting. So leading off the bottom of the 6th inning for the Lady Pirates will be Miley Jo Gleam, the shortstop and number 3 hitter. She is 1 for 3 today. Has a single, a sac fly, struck out. Count 1 ball, 1 strike to Miley Jo Gleam. Gleam had a really good district final win over Wellston last Thursday. This pitch lofted in there. But off target, ball number 2, 2-1 is the count. Gleam went 2 for 3 with a double, a run scored, and 3 RBI in that district championship win over Wellston right here at OU last Thursday. Here's the 2-1 pitch. It misses outside for ball number 3. 3 balls, 1 strike, the count. Wheelersburg will try to get some runs back. The Lady Pirates put up 3 runs in the first, 4 in the third, a run in the fourth, and went 3 up and 3 down an inning ago. And Miley Jo Gleam is going to take her base after being walked. Peyton Lawhun walking the leadoff batter for the Lady Pirates in 5 pitches. So Miley Jo Gleam will go down to first base, and that'll bring up the right fielder Jalen Drake, who is 2 for 2 today with a single to right center in the first, a single to left center in the third, and she walked in her last plate appearance back in the 4th inning. So she's gotten on board all 3 times she has had a plate appearance. She will take strike number 1. Jalen Drake, a senior. High drama here at OU in this one. This pitch catches the outside corner for strike number 2. 0-2 is the count. Lawhun looking for her first strikeout of the game since coming on in relief of Lexus Blair. This pitch fouled over beyond the first base line. Count stays 0-2 to Jalen Drake. The pitch fouled back. Again, that count will remain no balls, 2 strikes as Jalen Drake battles hard. Not a lot of seniors on the Wheelersburg roster. Ava Estep, Miley Jo Gleam, Jalen Drake, Amia Robson, Michaela Frazier. A young group, good this season. It should be good for several years to come, and probably beyond that. This pitch misses for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the new count. Wheelersburg opened its new field on school grounds earlier this season. Just a lot of positive vibes coming from this program, and a good Little League program as always. This pitch fouled back. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Jalen Drake hanging tough. Wheelersburg 19-5 entering this contest. Unbeaten in Southern Ohio Conference Division III play, en route to another conference crown. And winners of 3 of the last 4 state championships. This pitch grounded back to the pitcher, fielded by Lawhun over to first base in time. That goes as a 1-3 put out for out number 1. Here in the bottom of the 6th inning, that did advance the runner Miley Jo Gleam to second. So Gleam now standing on second base with 1 away, and that will bring up the number 5 hitter, third baseman, Mackenzie Mullins. She is 1 for 2 today. She singled to left center back in the 3rd inning, flew out to second base in the 1st inning. She walked back in the 4th, so she's gotten on board twice in 3 plate appearances. She digs in from the right side of the plate, awaiting the pitch from Lawhun, swung upon, and that's going to be a base hit. That could score the go-ahead run. As rounding third is Gleam, she is going to easily cross the plate, and on her horse is Mullins. She's going to have a stand-up triple. Claymont had issues out in the outfield, tracking down that ball and getting it thrown in, and Mullins has an RBI triple as Wheelersburg moves back on top 9-8 here in the bottom of the 6th. What a big, big hit by Mackenzie Mullins as the Wheelersburg Lady Pirates now move back in front. A 1-run lead, but I don't know if any lead is safe in this game, but it sure makes you feel a lot better if you're rooting on the orange and black. That'll bring up Emmy Eaton, the pitcher. She's had a good day offensively. A double, a single, and a sac fly. She's going to square up for a bunt, makes contact with it. This is going to be close, and a play at the plate, not in time. Mullins races across home plate. The pitcher, Lawhun, came up, got the ball, then tried to flick the ball, quarterback option style to the catcher. It was off target, was that pass. Catcher couldn't even try to get a tag down before Mullins crosses the plate to move Wheelersburg's lead to 2 at 10-8. What a beautiful bunt by Macy Eaton, not to be lost in all that. A 2-run lead now for the Lady Pirates, and that brings up Lauren Truitt, the number 7 hitter and left fielder. A grounder to third. Going to go for the lead run, and she will get it as Emmy Eaton on the fielder's choice. thrown out at second base. That goes as a 5-4 fielder's choice. A smart play by third baseman Peyton Lawhun, and a pretty good catch of that pass by second baseman Ava Edwards. Second out of the inning. That brings up Lainey Skeens. This will be her second plate appearance. She flew out to center field the first time around after checking in for Libby Allen, the designated player. First pitch was a ball. Contact made with this one, fouled out of play, evening up the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Runner on first, count 1-1, 2 outs. Wheelersburg now up 10-8. This pitch will be in there for strike number 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the new count to freshman Lainey Skeens. Here comes the 1-2 delivery from Lawhun. It is high for ball number 2. Count evened up, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Claymont will have to rally in the top half of the 7th and fight back to tie this game to keep it going. Wheelersburg, being the home team on the scoreboard, will have the last at bat if Claymont would manage to do that. The Mustangs, when the top half of the 7th inning begins, will have their 2, 3, and 4 hitters coming up. Last pitch missed the mark. Count is full, and here comes the payoff. It's off target for ball number 4. So Lainey Skeens, batting in the 8 hole, will take her base, walked, and that will bring up the number 9 hitter, Maddie Jennings, the Wheelersburg catcher, who is 1 for 3 today with a single back in the 3rd inning to left field. She flew out to second base in the 2nd and grounded out to short in the 5th. Jennings, a sophomore, will send a shot to short, and that will be caught for out number 3. That goes as an F6. 2 runs, 2 hits, 2 runners left stranded, and no errors committed by Claymont. So this could be it. The Mustangs trail 10-8 as we move to the 7th. We're back in 60 seconds on 92.1 FM WIOI.
Did you know Jackson is home to a locally owned and operated full-service print shop? Zip Printing covers all your print, signage, and design needs. From business cards, booklets, and posters to yard signs, banners, screen-printed t-shirts, oversized signage, and more. We can help you or your business advertise and look good doing it. Zip Printing also offers logo design. Allow us to assist you in building or elevating your brand today. Zip Printing is located in the Stockmeister Plaza at 708 East Main Street in Jackson, Ohio. So stop in or give us a call at 740-286-3023.
We offer a full array of high-quality mental health and addiction treatment services to meet the individual needs of every person we serve. In every interaction, we provide the care we would expect for our closest friends and loved ones. No matter your situation, there is hope. For information, check out our website at hopesourcetreatment.com. Find us on Facebook or call 740-353-HOPE.
Parks Edge Event Center. Start planning your event today.
The Wheelersburg Lady Pirates softball team is 3 outs away from advancing to the Elite 8. The Berg has a 10-8 lead over the Claymont Mustangs as we get set to begin the top half of the 7th inning. Due up for Claymont, the 2, 3, and 4 hitters, which are Adriana Malone, who is 1 for 4 so far today, Peyton Lawhun, who is 2 for 3, and she has also been walked once, and Hayden Lawhun, who is 2 for 3, who also got on board as a result of an error. So if you're Claymont thinking rally, you couldn't be in a better position in your lineup. Can the Wheelersburg Lady Pirates defensively step up, get these final 3 outs, and get out of here today with a 10-8 victory? Here's Emmy Eaton continuing to work in the circle. Her first pitch delivered will be a called strike. That one had some heat on it too. Fastball by Emmy Eaton. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Swung upon, fouled back. Strike number 2. Eaton quickly ahead in the count to Adriana Malone, the right fielder. She singled in her last plate appearance, which was just an inning ago. She actually led off what proved to be a big 3-run sixth inning for Claymont. The Mustangs have out hit Wheelersburg today, 15-10. Errors even, 3 apiece, which is very un-Wheelersburg-like for the Lady Pirates program, but it's the Berg leading in the most important area on the scoreboard, and that is the score itself. It is 10-8 Lady Pirates. Here is a pitch fouled down the first base line. Count stays at 0-2. The winner of this game will play the winner of the Meigs and Tusky Valley game here at OU later today. Here is a pitch swung upon and fouled out of play beyond the first base dugout. Count stays, no balls, 2 strikes. Boy, what a competitive game this has been here today. The 0-2 pitch by Emmy Eaton. Swung upon, grounded to second, fielded cleanly, over to first, and 1 is away. 4-3 on the putout as Lena Howard fielded the ball and tossed it quickly over to Laney Skeens. And that will bring up Peyton Lawhun, who has pitched for the bulk of this game after starting out at third base. She has singled to left center field, doubled to left field, flew out to right field, and walked the last time up. Here's the pitch. Catches the outside corner for strike number 1. Peyton Lawhun was the first Mustangs batter to record a hit today, way back in the first inning. This pitch swung upon, miss, strike number 2. A pretty pitch by Emmy Eaton. She's ahead in this count, 0-2. Hayden Lawhun on deck. Her sister Peyton Lawhun at the plate now. This pitch will be fouled back. Count will stay, no balls, 2 strikes. Emmy Eaton, the junior, she's had some big games this season. 16 strikeouts against Valley earlier this year. It's been a phenomenal season for her. This pitch low, misses the mark, skipped across the plate, ball 1. This pitch outside for ball number 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Wheelersburg with some exceptional athletes this year. Senior Ava Eastep committed to Maryland. Miley Jo Gleam, a senior, is going to play volleyball at Shawnee State next year, as is senior Jalen Drake. She's going to be a part of that SSU volleyball team. This pitch swung upon and foul tipped. Count, I should say, remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. The score is 10-8 in favor of the Wheelersburg Lady Pirates. In addition to Eastep going to play softball at Maryland and Gleam and Drake going to play volleyball at SSU, Mackenzie Mullins, the third baseman, has committed to play softball at the University of Charleston. Again, she's just a junior. Those other 3 seniors are seniors. This pitch is going to just miss the mark for ball number 3. The Wheelersburg faithful thought that was strike number 3, but instead it's ball number 3, and the count is full. Full count, payoff pitch from Emmy Eaton, swung upon, grounded to third, picked up by Mullins, over to first, in time for out number 2. A nice job fielding the ball by Mullins, and a pretty good throw, but a great stretch by the first baseman, freshman Laney Skeens, to make that catch before the runner could get there. 2 are away. It goes 5-3 on the scorecard. And that brings up the shortstop, Hayden Lawhun, as Claymont is down to its last out. The Mustangs have not gone down in order at any point in this game, and that trend will continue, as here is a shot to right field, a base hit to keep Claymont's hopes alive. The base hit was fielded by Wheelersburg right fielder off the hop. That was Jalen Drake, and she quickly got the ball to Skeens over at first base. That play was actually a little bit closer than one might think, but definitely safe, was Hayden Lawhun. And that brings up the number 5 hitter, first baseman Riley Fair. She's had 2 hits today, a couple singles, flew out to center and got on board as a result of an error. 2 are away here in the top of the 7th inning. If Wheelersburg can close down Claymont here, then there will be no need for the Lady Pirates to bat in the bottom of the 7th. 10-8 is the score. Wheelersburg led by as many as 5 runs in this game when it was 8-3. Claymont came back to tie it in the top of the 6th at 8-all, and then Wheelersburg rallied with 2 runs in the bottom of the 6th to go ahead by the score where we are right now. Again, it's 10-8. First 2 pitches by Emmy Eaton. Not finding the strike zone. 2-0 is the count to Riley Fair. Fair batting .340 on the season. With a runner on first. This pitch in there for a strike. Fair takes strike number 1. 2-1 is the count. She is the game-tying run, is Riley Fair, with the Mustangs down by 2. The pitch grounded back to Eaton. She'll run over toward first, toss the ball to Skeens, and the Wheelersburg Lady Pirates survive and advance to the Elite 8. 10-8, final score. Wheelersburg gets the victory here at Ohio University today and will return to Athens on Saturday to play in a regional final. You've been listening to Regional Tournament High School Softball on 92.1 FM WIOI. We thank you for listening on our airwaves. We also appreciate all of you who watched on the Total Media Sports YouTube channel. We're not done just yet, though. We've got more to talk about as we wrap this one up. Stay with us. We'll be back in 2 minutes to talk about Wheelersburg's most recent victory, win number 20 on the season. This is High School Softball on WIOI.
Septic Service. Little serves Pike, Scioto, and all surrounding counties. Besides installing septic systems and cleaning out septic tanks, Little's does septic system renewal permit inspections. So when you receive a letter from your local health department telling you it's renewal time, just call Little's Septic Service at 740-574-2033. From little problems to major issues, you can depend on Little's Septic Service. Mako Finished Products, located in the Balzer Industrial Park in Lucasville, processes automotive parts with precision CNC equipment. You may actually be driving a vehicle that has a part they made. At Mako, highly trained workers, many of whom trained at the Scioto County Career Technical Center's Ramtech training facility located nearby, make precision parts using advanced technologies. Mako Finished Products wishes the best to all local teams.
The Wheelersburg Lady Pirates knock off the Uhrichsville Claymont Mustangs 10-8 in a Division V regional semifinal game played at Ohio University in Athens today. For the Wheelersburg Lady Pirates, their 10 runs came off of 10 hits. They left 7 base runners stranded. Wheelersburg committed 3 errors in today's game. Claymont wound up with 8 runs off of 16 hits. Like the Berg, Claymont committed 3 errors. The most eye-popping stat of the day, I would have to say, for Claymont, not the fact that they out-hit Wheelersburg 16-10, although that's big. The fact that the Mustangs left 12 base runners stranded, I think that is absolutely vital. They left 2 on board in the first, 1 on board in the second, 2 stranded in the third, 1 on board in the fourth, 2 left stranded in the fifth. Bases were left loaded in the 6th, and 1 was left on board in the 7th. So the Wheelersburg Lady Pirates, maybe not the most dominating performance of Berg showings, but a win is a win is a win. And when you get to the Sweet 16, hey, you're not the only good team there. Everybody that's here is here for a reason. No flukes at this point. The luck has pretty well run out. If you're good, you're good. And Wheelersburg is good and has moved on to the Elite 8. The Claymont Mustangs were good today as well. They wrap up their season with a record of 17 wins and 13 losses. They did some good things today. Ava Edwards had a single in the contest. Adriana Malone wound up with a base hit. Peyton Lawhun had a double and a single. Hayden Lawhun had a 3-hit day. She wound up with 3 singles and also got on board as a result of an error. Riley Fair had a couple of hits in this contest. She got on board as a result of an error. Aubrey Cottrell had 2 hits in today's game. Lexus Blair wound up with a 3-hit day. She went 3 for 4 at the plate. Bryn Wise, she wound up going 0 for 4. Abby Johnson had a couple of singles and got on board as a result of an error. 8 of the 9 batters for the Claymont Mustangs in the game wound up with at least 1 hit. For the Wheelersburg Lady Pirates, Ava Estep had a single. She got on board in the first inning as a result of an error. Wound up scoring later in that sequence. Lena Howard had a single in today's contest. Miley Jo Gleam had a single, a sac fly, and walked once. Jalen Drake had a couple of hits, both singles. She also got on board via a walk. Mackenzie Mullins had a hit and an RBI triple in the 6th inning, which put Wheelersburg back in front after Claymont had battled back to even up the score at 8. Mullins also got on board as a result of a walk. Emmy Eaton, solid day in the circle, but a good day at the plate as well. She wound up with 3 hits and a sacrifice fly. She had 2 singles, a double, and a sac fly to center field. Lauren Truitt wound up with 2 hits in the contest, a single and a double. Lainey Skeens got on board as a result of a walk. Libby Allen had a sacrifice fly, and Maddie Jennings had a single in the game as well. So the Lady Pirates, looking at that stat line, it looks like everybody who stepped into the batter's box wound up getting on board in some way. So a good game between 2 very, very good teams, and the Wheelersburg Lady Pirates prevail over the Claymont Mustangs. Again, the final score in today's Division 5 regional semifinal. The Berg wins it 10-8 over Claymont. So what a good day for Scioto County softball here at Ohio University in Athens. Hopefully Valley can continue that trend as the Lady Indians should be underway right now, playing in the Sweet 16 against Sugar Creek Garraway from Pickerington Central High School. We will talk more about that in the morning across the Total Media Group airwaves, especially the Portsmouth-based stations, 92.1 FM WIOI, Mix 99.3, Classic Rock 107.5, The Breeze, and Fox Sportsmouth 95.7 FM. So with the wins today by Notre Dame and Wheelersburg, they will be back here at Ohio University on Saturday, as will we. We'll have both of those games for you to listen to on the radio using 92.1 FM WIOI, and you'll also be able to watch both of those contests on the Total Media Sports YouTube channel. The Wheelersburg Lady Pirates will return on Saturday for a noon first pitch here at OU to take on the winner of Meigs and Tusky Valley. They will play later today here in Athens. And Notre Dame will be back on Saturday for a 2:30 first pitch in a D7 regional final against the winner of Sims Valley and Conotton Valley. They will play later today in Athens. That is going to do it for us. Thank you so much for tuning in to regional tournament softball today. Again, the final scores of the 2 games that we just witnessed here from Athens. In the first game, a D7 regional semifinal, it was won by Coach Shadford's Notre Dame Lady Titans as the defending D7 state champions knock off Strasburg Franklin 7-2. And then the defending state champions out of Division 5, Coach Teresa Ruby's Wheelersburg Lady Pirates hold on to defeat the Claymont Mustangs 10-8 in a D5 regional semifinal game. Sweet 16 over and done with for Notre Dame and Wheelersburg. On to the Elite 8, back to Athens on Saturday. We'll be back as well. If you can't make it to Ohio University to witness those in person, we implore you to either listen on 92.1 FM WIOI, coverage will begin at 11:40, or watch on the Total Media Sports YouTube channel. Again, thanks to all parties involved, as well as all of the sponsors which made today's broadcast possible. We certainly could not do it without their support. We thank them so much. We want to send a special thank you to the Real Estate Gallery, Portsmouth Block and Portsmouth Building Supply, the McKinley Funeral Home, the Scioto River, Call Your Home Medical, Conley Trucking and Conley River Terminal, Correll's Bulldog Containers, Clark's Pump and Shop, the Scioto County Career Technical Center, Mako Finished Products, Harrison Piles Funeral Home, the Barrett Murphy Insurance Agency, the Schmidt Family Restaurants, Wendy's Old Fashioned Hamburgers and Buffalo Wild Wings, Minford Telephone and TV, Hope Source, the Glockner Family of Dealerships, the Melcher Hammer Funeral Home, McDonald's, Harris Floor Covering, and Little Septic Service. Notre Dame defeats Strasburg Franklin 7-2. Wheelersburg knocks off Claymont 10-8. They're back in the Elite 8 on Saturday. We'll be back then as well. Until then, have a good one, everybody. So long.
Playing the Ohio River Valley's greatest hits. 10:10 a.m. WIOI, New Boston, Portsmouth. And 92.1 FM. Translator W221EW, New Boston, Portsmouth. Playing the Ohio River Valley's greatest hits. 10:10 a.m.